What is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C. And in this particular video, we will be reviewing and I will be recapping Love After Lockup, which is like season 2 episode 19, or Life After Lockup, which is like what is it, season 1, depending on how you look at episode 4 or 5, whatever came on premiered on July the 12th. Sorry, y'all, a little late. So already check out Color Pink, which is one of the popular authors, Keisha Irvin, as well. Check out her channel. I know it's probably up. We already know Ashley Mills, which I don't know what bandwidth does she have. Definitely check it out, because I know she already has hers up. So anyway, y'all, I just want to go a little regular. Shout out to my YouTube fam, and let's get into it. If you like what you see, you here, you can go ahead, subscribe at the bottom, and don't forget to like this video up. Like. And don't forget to, notify that bell. They got a couple choices where you want to get notification, everything. Ring and click on that bell. And let me go to real quick. Now, I just seen not only the show, but I decided to watch the previews. Sometimes usually I don't watch the previews because I noticed they had, like they don't really like to show anything too much in the previews, but they're giving us, like I guess a mid-season trailer for the remaining amount of this show. And you see, things that are, I like to point out a couple things. Somehow Tracy is gonna catch Clint in a lie or some sex and texting or something like that to get mad. Mike must got out to tell her some first to tell her that she need to they should get a divorce, and somehow I guess he in New York with her. Hopefully after the tether was taken off legally, or at least get a pass. Second of all, he in the confessionals. I don't know what they're for Flint. I don't know what it is for the confessionals of Megan. Megan is like, so you feel you have to have sex with your kid? Here's Michael saying, if I have to screw to see my daughter, now I have to screw her down. Oh, so in other words, that means that here's some people, they feel they have to give out sexual acts of pleasure to another person in order to see their kids, or other stuff, technically prostitute themselves in order to see. Get the heck out of here. If you have to go to that route in order to see your kids, okay, never mind. That's a rip. I'm just saying, that's what Michael is saying. If he has to screw to see his kids, that's what he said. Tito and Marcelino might get into it. Mamar, the whole thing about, what's her name, and Drew trying to get him to Utah, and Lizzie and Scott, something about some spoon, a door spoon, and saying something. Who's using in Scott's house? There's questions here. But that's what they gave us. And then you can see the preview, because, definitely I will be back for the new season Life Lockup, where they really claimed it, season 3. So anyways, y'all, let's get into it. First I want to go to the Brittany Marcellino thing at first, because it was kind of sad, even though, like I said, I already knew about this. Next day Marcellino apologizes for like the night before when he was coming. Brittany them had that argument where she came back, leaving the car because she was intoxicated, but basically so she could see Sasha probably one last time in several years, because due to the fact she is has a felony, as a felon as well as classified, she cannot visit Sasha. So maybe at the most she could write either letters or talk to her on the phone, or I don't know, they communicate through through FaceTime or whatever now, or through the computer email. But it's kind of sad. So we went to the sentencing, and actually Marcino Brittany had a good conversation where he was saying like he'd been successful and he was happy that he was able to have the success and the beauty of the family marriage and everything with her. And Brittany put up an interesting point, whereas even if, say, because she asked him, and I thought he was going to go, but he said even though it ain't like he best friends with Sasha, he was going to do their very poor support there for Brittany. Because Brittany just said, like, even though she'll have a family there, she was really close, and it was like, basically, Sasha was like extended family for her and vice versa. And so she went, and on the way there, Brittany did mention, like, you go to these courts, even sometimes it doesn't matter, the judge can still decide and already have it set, like it's not gonna matter what you say or what you did in the community or whatever else, or got yourself and did a 180 and got your life turned around. That the judge may already have it set to say, well, I want to give you a minimum of 35 years, 40 years, or have you in jail for 2 years, just anything. So we went there, and Sasha, Sasha was talking, before, when they had to come up, to face whatever sentence she was going to have and say words. I know Marcy was saying, it was like, even though Sasha had nothing to do with, 2 people had passed away, so it was kind of like a tough situation, and Brittany was venting her words confessional. So when Sasha was crying, she apologized. She explained, she's doing like community service. She's going to school life around. And the judge, which they kind of, you don't know who it is, because a lot of those people that was in the courtroom, which I was surprised they allowed WeTV's production company in the courtroom. He was like this because that voice was kind of muffled. They were like, you know what? I know what you're saying, but you're trying to, as far as I'm concerned, you're trying to try and distance yourself, like you're not accepting accountability for the part you played. So I'm gonna go with a parole Christian board. This is just such amount of months, and then it includes the amount of something about 120 months to 200 months, and then Amanda was sitting right next to Brittany, because she ended up coming too. She's like, what I mean? And here Brittany started crying. She's like, that's 10 effing years. And it was sad, they took Sasha away. Like I said, I already had knew from the site Starcastum that she was going to be sentenced. So it's shown that they had a little thing across the screen that Sasha, the earliest parole is 2025. So when they were saying the age 32. So the maximum, at least what they were saying, possibility maybe 10 years, so she maybe get out a couple years earlier. So depending, who knows if the show's still on or they're doing follow-ups or feel like doing that, we'll see if she gets out from there. But that was kind of a sad moment. But the reality is, unfortunately, sometimes, now I'm not going to say the cliche, do turn run, stuff like that, but probably the time would have been already been. So I know they say the judge was saying something about she already had a certain amount of time credited. But she probably wouldn't have had gone back if number one was a robbery, or number two, especially, let me put back number one, if nobody got killed, in that robbery. Okay, so anyways, the next story. We're gonna talk about Andrea and Lamar for a minute, Andrea. So I'm I wanted, and I'm kind of wondering, did Lamar come the same night or he come the next day or something? Because the way it made it seem like he came in with some flowers, and she like, you can take them back, to where you got them in. And he just explained, I just want to hang out with my family, blah blah blah. And then he pulls out a mistletoe that I guess that he made from part of the tree, and he put together with some duct tape to give her, because he was just like, oh, baby, I'm sorry, blah blah blah, and all this stuff. Because she's like, you don't think I'm fluffy. First she seemed like she was mad, but then it went, as soon as he just said I love you, brought some mistletoe and flowers, then she's like, I don't, I want you to have fun, blah blah blah. And then she confessed like, he is so sweet. But before they got to the part where she forgave him less than 2 seconds later, he even saying that sometimes he felt like it's easy to be in jail. And I'm thinking, damn. I mean, I understand. Unfortunately, I've never been in that position, and I won't be. But if jail is easier to deal with, but I know he's been there a long time and he's been conditioned and all the other stuff and trial and all that stuff going in probably in that system. But it was like, I mean, did he tell her I love you? It's just there was another scene, the in between where they had like an extra scene they put in the middle of the thing where they were going through a car wash, and I think they were in Lamar's car, and they were talking about, and they did the flashback when she first got out of, when he first got out, the first season, and how they were making out in the car, thing. They did a flashback, and then here go Lamar saying, "I didn't know Mormons get down." Like, she was like, "Oh, we do." I was like, "Well, none of her kids were born immaculate conception, nothing like that. I think she had sex, to have all them children. I mean, not all children like she had a bunch of kids, but I'm saying this all her kids. So, anyways, that's pretty much that whatever. They didn't really talk about it, but Andrea wants him to have a normal life, and we'll say that, and she's planning on trying to get him to go to Utah or get him to move back to Utah with her, and the kids. So um, we'll see how that goes. And next, we're gonna talk about not Scott. I always get their names, but Scott and Lizzie. Now Lizzie come back the next day, and she got a couple of kids. Now they supposed to be going to the beach. I know Lizzie said in one of the things last week, is one of the little bonus clips like in between the show, that she actually last DUI was actually out of California, so she kind of, I don't know, must know her way around Cali a little bit, or at least in the area where Scott stay at. And he come out there, he had to change his clothes, so she comes in there with him. And this is the part that we were seeing in the previews where he was like, let me go change or whatever. He opens up the door, right? But this was a unique scene, a little bit eccentric, a little weird, okay? Well, I mean, but that's their business. Okay, but he comes out and he has this baby picture, but they have it blurred out on top of his thing, ping, and she laughs a bit and he closes back the door, and it's like, okay. I mean, like I said, it was, he was trying to get her laugh, but I'm like, okay, why you got your baby picture on your stuff? And okay. and then it goes back to change. So they're in the car, and already it's already like an argument. Let's start bringing with, because I didn't know Charlene, turns out she'd been staying with Scott for the past 6 months, and already she still thinks like she cheating on me, or are you cheating on me? Even though they not together, but of course Scott is already happy. He does still love her, of course, and I think Lizzie loves his wallet. I think, and well, she claims that she wants to work it out, but she doesn't know for sure. And if she can't trust him, how can she be with him? And but he's so happy he's kicking him, but he did. I think that he started apologizing once they got to the beach, whatever. And then he has a black box. Now she like, what's in it? I don't know what he's going to tell her. Ring pop? I don't know what he was going to tell her. But all I know is that he said he got her Valentine's Day, but like I said, he still loves her after that. He was like, it must be love. He said confessionals. Oh, I was like confusion, infatuation, wishing, fairy tale, land, not accepting the truth. Could be that as well too included. But I mean, that's his business, or he could really love Liz or whatever, okay? But yeah, that's the thing there and at the moment. So it wasn't too much with them neither. Now we got Clint and we got Tracy. Now, Tracy, they just left the I think, Clint's them parents' house, and Tracy on the way to get her papers because it's her last day parole, and she has, she's been having problems, staying on parole and meeting the guidelines saying no, but she's finally about to get parole in 10 years. So Scott's about to no, Clint about to drop Tracy off at little probate office thing, but you need to get her papers. And again, they supposed to meet up with each other at the airport. And she was like, okay, I'll meet you there, hon. I at first thought he was going there when Clint did have a little puzzling look, but okay. But I mean, I don't know if he had flashbacks of what happened the last time this occurred. And when before he went after he went there, and in between the confessions, y'all, he in the confessions like this. I haven't always been a good husband. I first thought when he was going to the speech, y'all, the confessionals, that he was more so talking about the fact that he enabled how he probably went too fast or didn't know Tracy this much, or have like this sitting on a pedestal idolization title eyesing type of, I know I just made that damn word up a word but you know what I mean, like idolizing her type of thing or whatever, right? But all of a sudden when he go get his check, at his dad's deli slash restaurant place, whatever the heck he got going on, right, whatever, right? He talks to dad and he like, he had the dad that look, what's going on, son? Look, and he just like, how do you, mom, manage to, to keep y'all marriage together? And he was like, y'all, basically, the common speech, oh, we learn to work through it, blah blah blah. And he tells his dad, well, for a while, I don't know when he started doing this, but he's been talking to somebody else named Stephanie, right? And his dad's like, well, you need to let that go with marriage, because Clint's like, yeah, I understand. And this goes back to the preview I just talked about, beginning of me in the beginning of this review recap, about not only is he talking to this girl, he's sexting this girl too. And I already knew. I'm like, hey, ain't that the same way he was talking to the guy? It's the same way he ended up not only talking to her, he ended up marrying her the same day she got out. So less this platonic and stuff like that. And the fact is, it's obviously somebody you ain't supposed to talk about is crossing the line on top of that because your wife don't know, okay? So he feels guilty and stuff like that, and whatever. And obviously, we found out later on in the scene when he went to go meet Tracy does finally pull up. But first, they kind of had a little suspense as far as I'm concerned. He got the little bubbly outside, and I know they do have permits outside for have alcohol bears in certain areas sometimes. But I was wondering, is he really supposed to be popping bubbly? That better be some sparkle apple cider or something, because I'm thinking, okay, never mind, that's not my business. But anyway, um, he, he, I was confused. So they talk a little bit, but then again, like, Clint is in the thing, like, you know what, I'm not gonna tell Tracy about that. And, he's also talking about taking to Las Vegas, which, of course, Tracy's happy. She's off parole. She's a free woman now, blah, blah, blah. She just want to chill. They go to Las Vegas. And I'm like, okay, whatever, Vegas, stay in Vegas, okay, or on the cameras where everybody can see, like audience to watch the show, but okay. But I'm just saying, like, okay, this is a recipe waiting for disaster about this, because basically what we noticed, like I said in the previews coming up, she don't know that he's talking to somebody. but we didn't. Okay, we do. Okay, now there's no wasn't too much in this episode like that stood out to me. I'm going to talk about. Dang, it already go past everybody. We got Lizzie. We got already did them. Already did Brittany Marcelino. Um, Mar. Oh yeah. The only thing to talk about, he did claim like he was a little bit guilty about leaving his family. Blah blah blah. For a second, I think Marty. Other than that, it really was that much. I'm actually going to do this. Okay. Yeah, I'm just making sure I went through everybody. So let's get into the rhombus rectangle triangle of Megan, Sarah, and Michael. We picked up where we left off in the beginning of the episode, where you got, basically Michael is mad because been betrayed. He has been backstabbed. He has been wronged. He was the one being cheated on. The fact that he was betrayed and he was, bitten by the snake, which is Megan and his boy, his bro. Okay, and being with that, and that just flashed on his eyes, and he feels disrespected to the highest degree. Even though, I mean, all he has is a whole marriage and a whole child on the way that was conceived when he was already with Megan. But I digress, and actually has an affair status, or sometimes she makes me feel good status, or the girlfriend said, I don't know. I don't know, just it changed every day. So he mad and he like, well, we going back to he gonna call. So he called Rock. And Rock is like this, cause Rock the first thing he asked, cause he already mad as hell right. And he like, smash it, blah blah. He like, no, bro. But he lied to say she said he kissed and he lied to say he didn't kiss, but and Meg was like, okay, so he gonna pretend like we didn't kiss or anything. And then they showed 4 weeks ago some footage. Rock makes a guest appearance, and they talked about which was obviously all they did was kiss. And Megan was saying like this the same dude was telling me to leave, Michael alone, and they should try to work on something not work out something, blah blah blah, whatever case is. But Michael is furious. Then he tell me, first he tried to give the phone to Megan, like you might as well be with your girl, blah blah blah, take the phone, blah blah blah. And she like, no, I won't. No, and then he based like this guy's phone, bro. He mad as hell at him, blah blah. And then he all tell her, you bounce. I'm done. Babe, you might just go. And she like, what for real? You know how Megan's what for real? Are you sure you want that, whatever? And then she thought about it. Then she just drove off and left. And now she drove and left. I guess maybe she checked out the next day, whatever. Because the next scene that we seen her at is back at home in Texas. Okay, so Michael goes confessionals, and he just so furious. Okay, already he outside with no damn hat on, still talking to because he mad. Okay, snowfall on the ground. It's probably less than 20 degrees than outside, but he don't care or whatever. Okay, right. He's mad. Now, if you look from the angle, it's that was wrong that it was his bro that went with somebody he went with, whatever. But it's also like, can you really be completely mad when you have a whole wife? Let alone even if he was in a monogamous relationship. But like I said, he has a whole wife and a child on the way. Barely yet, the baby's on the way in about some hours or so. But the point is that he's hurt as if he was the one that was respecting the relationship that he had with Megan. As I like to say, some of these people have open and closed, meaning that they open, that they can sit here and go outside and do shenanigans and, sleep with this one and having, case of mercy over there, I got you on the bench, blah, blah, blah. But when the other person, whether, not to say, even if it wasn't his boy or somebody close to them, or like in this case, Michael, I'm just saying in general, some people are like that. Somebody close to them, or even if it's a stranger, they get mad at you, even though they have screwed half of the suburbs in the area you at, or even just another person. You know what I'm saying? They got community, penis, cooch, and then they sit there get mad at you once you step out. Oh gosh, okay. So, anyways, he's so mad at Rock that he wants to do something. Stuff that he knows he'll get, he get in jail for. He can't say on camera. All this stuff. I'm like, damn, bro. I can see if somebody, he even threatened your family or did something to the family, something like that, or Sarah, something like that, or threaten your kid. You know what I'm saying? But the way he was acting was over there. I'm like, oh, bro. So, anyways. He's mad, and all of a sudden, next day, now his focus now. Maybe he was thinking about it anyway, but all of a sudden, he wants to get there and go and get a pass or try to get a pass. All of a sudden, the day of from his PO box, because he got tethered, he can only go besides to go see once a week to report to his PO officer. Um, and if he gets permission, like he actually had permission to go with Megan to the reservoir or something else, whatever, right? But all of a sudden now, I didn't see this in the last 4 to 5 episodes, but now all of a sudden now he wants to go see the birth of his child. That's brought up now. Now there was a little backstory. He didn't get a chance to even see his first child being born because he was, again had violated his parole, so he couldn't leave ATL. And I don't know how him and Meg met, whatever, but because she stayed, like I said, not Meg. Oh, I get him mixed up. Him and Sarah. Okay, Sarah, but he was in Atlanta, so he said, so now all of a sudden now he wants to go see the birth of his second child. And he told Sarah, she said, I think only one of her friends, Eva was supposed to come. And I'm thinking, like, I thought she was around her grandmother. So I don't know. Okay, that's their business. But anyway, she ends up, accepting his phone call. Because last time they talked is when she thrown the phone on the ground in the parking lot where they were trying to get some baby clothes. And they had a big argument. Now all of a sudden, Michael keeps trying to call since 6 in the morning, call her, and now all of a sudden wants to go make sure he sees the birth of his second child, whatever, right? And he's trying to be out there, and Sarah did wish that he would come out there. So now he's like, Sarah says she needs me, now I gotta go. But like I said, it seems like now if Megan did not portray him and be a snake and a backstabber and stuff and be on some thought stuff, then would he be so gun ho to see his second child being born? I'm just saying. I'm just going by what the heck what I see on the TV. Okay, I'm just saying, like, would he be like so focused on Sarah just because now he is mad at Megan for backstabbing his loyalty to their relationship? All he did was backstab and had an affair on his wife and then conceive a baby with his wife, but he happened to have a whole fiance, supposedly, at the same time. Okay, anyways, so he wants to get down there. So, because on the previews, it made me seem like at first he was about to get in the car because the mom was telling him to stop. I think he get in the car and think he gonna go over there and still get his boy, because again he had to bring it up like the betrayal of his boy. The confessionals, right, of him and Megan. So, anyways, y'all, his mom coming outside. Now, I don't know who car that is in the driveway, but he got the keys. And again, this Negro get irritated because I'm thinking everybody must have their flu shot and ammonia shots in that house, because I was just irritated and, feeling this type of way. They in the snow, and I know what damn temperature was because we live in the same damn state. Okay, around that time. So for him, nobody, his mom ain't got no hat on. He ain't got no hat on. I know it's just me. But he ain't got no hat on. Ain't nobody got no clothes. The day they sit in the damn door again, and they're like, what the? Okay, so they got good immune systems. Okay, whatever. But I'm just saying now, Nicole, he about to take off, and first he said he gonna get there. He don't care. He gonna do it. Doing his mom stops him, tells like, you know what, we've been waiting. For your sister, been waiting for you. That's when they cue in. She's sitting in the door again, and his mama like, basically let him know like, I thought you changed, but you doing the same stuff you've been doing. Okay, like here you go again with this mess. And first he kind of like, okay, mom, like he said, he up there smoking either Newport or Cool, and he like square, and then he like, you know what? Okay, I understand my whatever, because she should explain like, just chill out until you get the tether taken off. You can go the heck you want to go, but you're not gonna be able to see your kids really too that much at all if you sit here and violate parole. Do you really be serving some time? Like thinking of overall, like possibly violate your freedom for a very longer time. If you sit here, you already been violating parole, because he's been saying in the confessional he been jailed in and out since he was 16 years old, and he violated a couple times, and he his mom has dealt with a lot and blah blah blah. So he just like kind of looking at it from her, and but then again, then then I'll talk about the little part with Megan, and that'll be the end of this. And then he thinks about it, and then you know what? He goes to the car, and based on the ending, you know what? But I'm gonna do what I could do. I'm gonna see my child born with it. I don't care. That doesn't need me. I need to see the kids, blah blah blah, and all this other stuff. So it looks like from the angles, once mom went back in the house, He went, and then reversed and got out of trouble. But the mom already said if he does that stuff again, and if he leaves, whatever, I don't want him back in my house again. She's sick and tired. Like, she loves the son and everything, and she got to hear and whatever. She's trying to do the best she can, but she's sick and tired of him, and he does this and keep being on the BS. And it's the last time. It's like, he right here. He like, he about to, cross that caution tape line. Okay, stay, and go through it. And you supposed to not go past the caution tape line. And it looked like, from based on what they're saying, like, what we saw is if he decided to go ahead. And I'm thinking, like, okay, y'all, do y'all know some people who have tethers? Now, I know some people have fam. I ain't gonna lie, those people that served some time, prison jail before. But I personally don't know anybody who had a tether. So, besides the fact I felt kind of awkward, like, are we witnesses to a crime? The people should witness to a crime about him. If he has a tether on, if he's not if a person has a tether on, and especially with advanced technology today, y'all, can y'all please explain to me, or if y'all feel like it, because I don't feel like googling it right now, with him leaving, or a person leaves period out of a spot without getting permission, does it go off? Is it like one of the detectors, like a detector thing? Is it like a GPS system in there? And once you leave the area, police can follow your behind. So the fact is, I don't know how close that part of New York is to Michigan, period, or whatever, how many hours. But I'm saying is that I'm just saying, with the technology now, would that GPS locate him going past, like, quote quote, the red line, or going somewhere? I'm just saying, like, I'm like, well, you turn that car around. I mean, like I said, for what I gather is Michael's still out and stuff like that. So, but that's a suspension at the end. So we got the last part I wanted to say. It wasn't the last part, but I just want to remember Megan. Megan went back to Texas, and she with her boy. She meets him in the restaurant, and he wants to know what's the tea, which is interesting because he's enjoying some green tea, some Megan flavored tea, whatever. Okay, they had a spot, they serving tea. So she explains and tells about the rock thing, whatever, and tells about Michael was being, because he asked her, "How's your trip?" And she said it was good and bad. I'm like, well, it pretty much was mostly bad, because we sit here and broke you up, that you sat there and broke up their relationship, even though, like I said, and they talk about him and be like how he got nervous to be mad, but he said he got a whole wife and a whole baby and a baby on the way, and sitting there talking about that. And then he even asked her, which he was like, do you think that Michael has more side pieces? And I'm thinking, like, well, he already has one already. That should already be a problem. So actually, you want to look at it, Megan is the side piece, whatever. Okay. So, anyways, she's like, well, I don't know. I don't think he has enough time to do so. He got a whole IG live. You don't know what the heck maybe. He might have to plan the schedule on certain during days. I mean, as far as right now, he don't. But she's up here talking about, oh, he don't have time. It's between me and Sarah. That's still somebody else as is, meaning that he's not faithful to his own wife. He's not faithful to you, even. And Sarah's already said she has dealt with this before with him and his bitches, and this is not the first time. So now, but Megan is talking as if she is the one married to him, and like Sarah is the baby mama, or slash I keep her, like, like she's the one messing with our relationship or whatever. And she's just telling her friend, like, oh, we're on a break. And here go be like, break? What do you mean break? We just taking some time, whatever. And she admit, I mean, I know this couple days later, so I know the feelings wouldn't change. But the fact is, she still wants to work it out with Michael, even after all this. And she's just like, still, well, I mean, I love whoever, blah, blah, blah. And, B is just sitting there like, oh my gosh. He even got a little professional spot. Like, this is just a starter kit. She probably wants to still hold on to it as her first real relationship, or I like to say the first real situationship, and the first time she had peen for what we gathered. Okay, so she wants to risk it all. As I said, my first read, she wants to risk it all because somehow she's trying to find potential. And then I don't know if it's also a thing to like to prove to Sarah too, so her folks like she wants to prove people wrong, the world wrong, uh, the facts wrong, that Michael wants to be with her generally in the end. And because she even mentioned to the friend that she still ain't got a voice, but it's like I said, she trying to make something. Yeah, so that's how it ended. Where as far as her part is, she just think that Michael just mad at him a little bit, even though she knows that he has no right to be mad. And the friend trying to basically say like, really like, girl, don't you realize you can do better? Hello, self love, self esteem. So yeah, but like I said, we already know that she's still. Like I said, I don't know if she's still with him right now till we speak is still going on. But I mean, she, like I said, she's still trying, working it out. But anyway, y'all, hugs and loves. Y'all, hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see y'all next week. I was thinking at first about reviewing that Little Kim show. I may not. I may watch it because they haven't had any previews to show how the show is. If it worth reviewing, I may review it. If not, y'all see me next week with Euphoria. If y'all watch that show, that's like not just Degrassi, my so-called. If y'all remember those teenage dramas used to come out, it's like an MA version. But what else? Oh my gosh! I just want to bring this up real quick. If y'all ever seen the movie, it was like from a British drama called Kidulthood or Kidhood or something like that. I didn't see the adulthood one, but it kind of reminded me of that. Like you had, even though they were grown legal, and I sometimes call legalized kids when they're 18 and stuff, but it was kind of reminded me of that because I seen that before. What did I rented that or something? I forgot. But Adulthood in part two, it dealt with like suicide, drug use, teenage pregnancy. It was a stream a lot. Grown ass man smashing, messing with kids. That type of thing. It just yeah, that's what it was. But y'all ever got a chance? That's my recommendation. That's what kind of Euphoria kind of reminds me of. Is kind of like an extended version, not all the way, because but we did see also somebody being attacked and beat up as well. That's the sports alert. But yeah, that's what kind of reminds me of. But that's pretty much an interesting show. But anyway, y'all, good night, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.